Good morning, guys. Welcome to the channel. Oh, let me move that. Welcome to the channel. My name's Craig, and have we got a lot to talk about. As you guys know, the macro view of the markets, I believe, remains the same. And as we've talked about, certain posts, certain news events, things like that will move the markets in the opposite direction. But if we look at the bigger picture, all it is just a retrace. And I see... Now, I can't tell you exactly, why they do it. If Trump's, but let's talk about Trump real quick, right? And I'll probably get less views because I'm going to talk political. But as you guys know, what's up, Dean? Everybody got your black coffee ready, I hope. But a reminder, I'll be giving out another PrimeXBT promo code. Make sure you're signed up with my link. It'll be a $200 promo code. All you have to do is put in the code in your promo code section, and you get $200 in your account to trade with. You can't withdraw it, but you can trade all you want with it and keep your winnings. So anyways, the markets are pumping again today. Bitcoin is pumping again today. Bitcoin, I thought the markets were going to continue down and Bitcoin was going to keep pumping up because Bitcoin decoupled from the markets, but no, really, it's just going to follow the markets. But I do want to talk a little bit about, unfortunately, guys, I think Doge, Trump, Elon, all that was just part of this stupid madness, right? I was kind of getting into it like, oh my gosh, Doge is really going to do something. If you guys follow me on TikTok, I made a TikTok video when Doge was finding all the fraud. But in all reality, the fraud, nobody got in trouble. So did they really catch anything? Did anything really happen? All we can go by is what we hear. Unfortunately, that totally sucks. I don't think there's any transparency, any more transparency now than there was any other time. Yeah, they're releasing JFK files, this and that. Guys, we'll get into the markets here, but I just got to get this stuff off my chest and hear your guys' opinions on things. So, like, what do you guys believe, right? Do you believe that Trump is really trying to do good things? I think it's all just to do with the markets. The market goes down, they got to say things to change it to try to save the markets. But like I said, that's temporary, right? The markets are going to go where they're going to go, period, the end. No doubt. There's no doubt in my mind the markets are going to do what they're going to do, no matter what's happening, right? For one, our economy's dog shit, right? The markets are going to show that. But you got Trump. China's getting 145% tariffs, not backing down on nothing. And then what do we get? This stuff is disgusting. It's literally disgusting. The markets are getting hit pretty hard. So let's do something, right? Trump says U.S. tariffs in China will be reduced substantially. Dude, he was acting like there was no way, and we weren't even going to have an IRS no more because of tariffs. We're going to pay for taxes. Come on, guys. This is funny shit, man. I'm neither left nor right. I don't trust or care about any of them. If we are being screwed, we are slaves to the system. Period. The end. We are slaves to the system. There is a way out if you can get enough wealth, which trading can definitely help you do that. So now Donald Trump says he believes a tariff deal with China could happen pretty quickly. I want to hear from whatever his name is, Chi, right? Let me hear him say that. He ain't saying shit, but if you want war, we'll give you war with the tariffs, right? He's not saying shit. If you could talk to him personally, he'd probably laugh. This thing is a whole fucking joke. It's funny. It's crazy. It's going to screw a lot of people, right? So the markets really they've rebounded, right? But we're going to look at the big picture. They really haven't done shit, really, in the big picture, in the last, few weeks. So anyways, we got that. And then we got, what else I want to talk about? There was something else I wanted to talk about, but that stuff irks me so bad. Like, I was really hoping that maybe, just maybe, this was going to be a real administration really for the people, but it's not. It's not, guys. Unfortunately, it saddens me. We just have to keep living in this corrupt world as it gets more and more corrupt with social media also. So, anyways, I slept $3,000 portfolio and woke up with 11.6K. Wake up by 11.6K. I don't know what you're trying to say there, but anyways, you said news follows price action when your shorts were printing and now you're crying news is fucked up. No, Sona, that's not at all what I said. I said that it can temporarily move the markets, the news, right? And when news events get in, that can screw up smaller trades in smaller areas. The markets are going to do what they're going to do. News means shit in the big picture. It's just to move the markets a little bit during that day, during them couple days. That's all that shit does. Are you not paying attention to Trump and his little crew minions of stealing your money out of the markets and then pump the markets back up a little bit? If you think him and Powell don't get along, you're nuts, right? They're in cahoots, guys. I'm gonna fire him and calling him names and this and that. Powell ain't going nowhere. They all have the same fucking plan to get fucking more and more rich off of you. And these markets are gonna crash heavily because they're going to be pulling their money out, your money out. They're going to be pouring your money out. And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you in the charts. So, anyways. Savvy, your story of how you lost all that money from the top, your wife really touches me because of, yeah, and I had to tell her, you know, but that actually helped me when I told her that. So Trump is just playing around. No, I think Trump is a puppet. I honestly think he's just a puppet, guys. I seriously think like the attempted, you know what, we're fake, the ear fake. I think all that stuff was just to get people. There's got to be two sides, right? They got to keep people separated. But really, both them sides are working together, doing the same shit. If you go to Washington, they talk about, you know, each other so bad, but they're all working in the same building, voting in the same rooms, laughing, getting along. It's, guys, you're being duped. 100% duped. What all this is about is the stock market, right? Everything is about the stock market and money, right? The money is the root of all evil. Remember hearing that over and over and over from 50,000 different religions. It is. It's the markets. The markets are nuts, right? They have found a way to control it, especially with social media, right? They can make people get in and FOMO, and then they can take their money. And guys, I've been talking about the biggest money grab in history, and I do believe that's here. It's started, and it's going to be rough. It is going to be rough. All right. What's up, Donna? They fucked up my small trade twice this month. They'll do that shit. They fucked up mine too, but I'm okay with it. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. But what are the markets doing? They're up 1,000. But let's take a look at our key areas that we've been talking about, right? This is what I still believe, right? We've talked about the rally. We even talked about almost the exact percentage that this went up a couple weeks ago for the rally. But as you can see, here's our major resistance, right? We're going to have our 55 EMA here, 21 EMA down here. But 40,600, we have not moved the lines, right? We have not moved any of that. We broke this trend line a while back. Now this should be our new resistance. If we get above there and hold, then, you know, maybe we'll go up and test these highs again. But guys, I've been showing this for long time, almost a year, looking at a ending fifth wave diagonal in the Dow Jones, right? Once we open and close some candles under this 38,000, it's most likely heading down to 30-ish and much lower than that, possibly. We've talked about it a million times. Now, if you got to pay attention to what's going on in the big markets, right? So this was our first target, which we hit, blew through it, didn't quite hit our second target. Now this should become resistance, more in the weekly than the daily, but we're on the daily chart. We could wake up to the same thing. That 55 EMA for the S&P is about 5,600, right? We're going to zoom into the Great Depression crash and where we're at now too, just to give you guys a little bit of sanity, maybe. Okay, so here's our last trend line. We blew through it before open, obviously. 16.8. This is our trend line right here that we're watching, right? 16.8. And then we have our rising channel that we broke down out of. If we do get a huge pump, huge rally, we could see Nasdaq get all the way up, back up into the 18.2 range, but it's got to hold above here. So we'll see what happens today. I do think there's a good possibility today could get all it takes is a tweet, right, or a post or a something, whatever they want to be released. And mind you, you'll never see anything they don't want you to see. If that makes sense to you, hit 1 in the chat. You'll never see or hear anything they don't want you to hear or see. I promise you that. What's up, OG? So, anyways, remember, we get 50 likes. I'll put up that $200 promo code. So let's take a look at my trade. We'll take a look at my trade, see where it's at. It did. Remember, I had 2 of the trades stopped. It was actually 3 Bitcoins stopped. They got stopped out at 91.5, and I said I'd be watching for a reaction, right? So we're still up almost 60,000 on the trade, even if we take this loss over here, right? We took the loss on 3 of our trades yesterday, but we're still up 60K. We've taken out 20,000. We started the account with 7,000. All good, right? I went a little risky on this trade. I didn't think it'd go up this high. I didn't think there would be as much crazy posting and stuff as there is, but it'll all subside, because when this really continues on the direction it is going to go, it's going to hurt a lot of people, and they're just going to have to let it go, because that's what they're going to have to do, period. So it kind of sucks that it's right at the range I told you to watch for, and that we're going to watch to maybe enter some more trades, but we are still above this 8 EMA on the 4 hours. So we're going to check on the daily. Remember, guys, if you do want to get into trading, check out PrimeXBT. Links down below. There's also a tutorial there. The tutorial says Savvy 50. That is no longer the case. You have 2 days left to use the promo code Savvy 100, and that will get you 100% deposit bonus. So whatever you deposit up to $10,000, they'll match. This only goes on today, and tomorrow will be the last day for that. So take advantage of it if you haven't already. And just by using my link, it's automatic, right? But if you already have had an account with me, you'll need to go in the promo section and hit Savvy 100. For those of you that don't use VPN or no KYC, check out BITUNIX. This is more so for the crypto and meme coins and altcoins and Bitcoin. But PrimeXBT I like because you could trade traditional markets and you can use your crypto to trade against it. That's why I love it. All right, let's take a look at. So this was what I talked about yesterday. I had my stops here at the 91.5, right? That's where those 3 Bitcoin shorts got stopped out. Still in 4 Bitcoin. I still have 4 Bitcoin short right now. But 96 is still a possibility. This 96.5, this high volume node here. So that's kind of why I'm weary of adding more to my shorts at this current moment, right? Let me show you what I'm looking at. So this was our daily, right? We're coming back up into this daily here. But guys, usually a pump like this is going to be short-lived, right? It's going to get reversed pretty hard at some point here, regardless. So this is what I was talking about yesterday. This is your high back in April 21 and November 21. You draw a line off these 2 peaks, right? And this is what we were talking about way back here. We were waiting for this to break down, and I said we'd get bearish when we open and close the daily below that, which we did, right? Once we open and close one below that, we were in bear territory. Now, same thing. Unless it can get back above this, open and close some dailies above here, still bearish. This is still huge resistance, guys. That's huge resistance. Now, when I was talking about us dropping here, if we broke this trend line, everybody called me crazy. We dropped 20 grand, right? And I said, watch for resistance now. We can coming back and retesting it. If we keep getting rejected here, I told you yesterday, I'd be watching for the reaction. It's the daily chart, so it's going to be a while before I know what the reaction is, right? But if we open and close this candle below here today, I may enter some more shorts on top of my shorts that I'm already in. I'll let you guys know if I do that, especially in the Discord. And I'd like to apologize to you guys for not being in the Discord in that right now. Like I said, it's springtime. I have not a whole lot of property out here. I have 8 acres, but it's 8 acres of woods, and I got like little field sections. I have drains that I've been digging. I have my own excavator, tractor, mini skid. I'm out there doing a lot of stuff, trying to get everything cleaned up for spring. It got pretty nasty over the winter with wind and all that. I got a lot of trees and stuff to clean up. Just to let you guys know why I haven't been in there. I'm outside all day, and then when I come in at night, I really don't feel like doing nothing. Savvy be like, even my shorts have shorts for sure. It is. And then like where I'm at, there's a lot of other stuff around. Like I have a private road, right? So I have to keep that up. It's a lot of work. I mean, not complaining about it. I love it. It's fun. I enjoy it. It just takes a lot of time, especially in the spring. The springtime is the busiest. So anyways, back to the charts. You guys want to take a look at some altcoins? Yeah, it's nice, Oscar. I like it. 100 likes, 100 like, 96 watching. Yes, 96 watching. You guys, we can get 100 likes today before end. There's 60 likes now. Remember, if you're watching if you are watching on your mobile, exit the chat, hit the thumbs up, get right back in the chat. And if you're watching on TV, hit the more button. I think it's on the bottom right, and that'll give you the option, and then hit chat or hit thumbs up. So this was our other chart we were watching for a parabola. Obviously, this is not so much playing out right now. Could we be more here? Possibly. Again, I'm not moving the parabola here, but I do believe that this is still just a retrace, in my opinion. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. But this was our bullish chart where I had said if we're going to be bullish, we need to bounce there. Pretty damn close. So could it be we continue up here? Definitely a possibility. Not saying it's out of the question, but I'm still cautious here, especially because traditionals, I believe, will be coming down big in a hard way. So Solana, we've been talking about a possible retrace to this 185 range. We'll see what happens here. We are still making hidden bearish divergence if this does not break this high over here. So keep an eye on that. If it doesn't break the 180, this daily is going to make some more hidden bearish divergence and most likely going to come down in the end here. Let's see. XRP is trying to stay over the 55 EMA. Let's see where it closes today. If it did it open above it or did it open on it? It's hard to see. It did open above it. So if we open or close this above 220, actually 221. If you close it above 221 here, it could be bullish enough to get you back up to that 250 range. Remember, if that breaks, then it could get pretty crazy. That would mean stock markets are pumping like hell. We have not quite reached our target for Cardano yet, but it could be hitting here maybe today, or maybe it's done here. We'll see what happens, but we were expecting a possible retest of this trend line here, right, from where it broke over here. We'll see what happens. And 55 EMA right here, 1920 should be resistance for Ethereum. If not, it could pump all the way back up to this level. But we did hit our first target of 1500 that everyone said was impossible. And I still believe we'll hit these lower ones also. Let's see here. This one is Litecoin. Litecoin right now, 55 EMA lies approximately 8760. If it breaks, could go up, test that 9250. Check render. Yeah, I'll go over some altcoins here in a minute. All right, let's take a look. We'll take a look at some altcoins, but I want to zoom in on this for you guys real quick. For those of you that are new and haven't seen this, I want to take a look at this. On the right, we have the Great Depression. On the left, we have current market situation, right? Ah, damn, that's some good coffee. So we I like market structure here. So this is why I believe this is what we're looking to happen. I know a lot of people don't believe a Great Depression is possible. It's extremely easily possible, right? Because, or I don't have to say Great Depression. This was the Great Depression, but a depression is super possible, right? All it takes is people to start taking their money from the markets, right? Who is that going to be and what that's going to be is what the big question is, right? Is it going to be the politicians because they're not allowed to trade anymore? Is it going to be, and you know, they have made a ton of money in the markets. And why is that? Because they know what news is going to get released, or what special report is going to come out, or what company that they're going after so they can short. I mean, it's just, it's the craziest thing. If you've ever watched Yellowstone, is it Yellowstone? Yeah, the show Yellowstone, that has some very, very good explanations if you pay attention to what's going on with politics and markets and stuff. Awesome show to really kind of give you a clue of what's going on. Have you tried Guatemalan coffee? I have not. I'll have to try that. I may have at some point, but not that I know I did, right? Check Ethereum. Will it recover to all-time high? I doubt it. I doubt it. Unless everything just continues to parabolically rise, I doubt that Ethereum is going to make it to its all-time high anytime soon, for sure. I mean, that was 2021. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if everything continues to pump and they magically, which I don't even think they want it to pump, right? I think they want to get exit liquidity little rises, but I don't think they want to try to kick the can down the road that much more, right? They've already done tons of damage kicking the can. And I hope this makes sense to you the way I'm talking about it, without saying specific things. Let's see, where are we at with this? Yeah, this is gonna be a really, really key trend line right here. You can see, like, back here, we wick below it, came back up, wick below it, come back up. Are we gonna wick above it, come back down? That's what we're watching for here. Look for it, you'll not regret it. I will have to do that. What's up, Robert? Well done to the promo code winner. Someone is so fast, man. How crazy. All right, let's take a look at let's take a look at some altcoins. What altcoins you guys want to look at? Let me know. Let's take a look at gold. I know Donna wants to see gold. I want to see gold. I haven't seen gold in a minute. So let's put our stuff on there. Woo, gold. Gold took a little hit when the market. So what happened there? Did people take their gold money? Did the politicians take their gold money out and put it back into traditional markets, try to pump it up? Or did the Fed start buying the debt again to try to push the market up? It's so funny to watch this stuff, you know, from different angles. But we still have the possibility. So now what you're looking to hold is this 3185. If that holds, you could come up to that 37.7 area we talked about. But remember, it's going to get ugly when this thing corrects. We've talked about it before, and that's why I had this off of here, right? You can see when gold pumps like this, look back here in 1980, straight up, bam. Look right here, this wasn't even straight up, and it had a huge correction in 2011. Look at where we're at now. This is just parabolic as it gets. It's gonna get ugly, man. I don't care what anyone says. Silver, same thing. We have not hit our targets up to these ranges yet. But remember, if it does break this trend line up here, we could see $40 silver. If not, we should be coming back down to these levels here. DXY, obviously getting a little pump, but still below all our EMAs as of right now. Let's take a look at 10-year yield. So 10-year yield right now is trying to stay above the 200 EMA on the daily. And remember, I'm using EMAs, not MAs. But yeah. All right, let's look at RSR. Now, Paul, I don't know if that's a crypto or that is what it is. So you got to tell me behind it if it's a crypto or a stock. But let me get into my poop coin charts and see what's going on here. What did you say it was? RSR? RSR. So I'm guessing it's this here. We can look at it on Mr. Ponzio. Bots are fast. Yeah, I don't think it's bots taking the codes, not from a live stream. From the X, I think it was. That's why I switched to doing it on live streams for you guys. I will be making some recorded videos too, again, but as of right now, I am just still. So it looks like it might get one more push up here. Let's take a look at where we're at. Yeah, definitely a possibility. Let's put a trend line here and here. Actually, I'm going to put a trend line down here and double it. That's what I'm looking at. And that might give you, because this could be just flagging out. Remember how we found all the other ones flagging out last time? Could be all we're seeing here. So let me clone that. Put it up. So this is the area you're going to watch for a rejection or bullish if it breaks above it. Right here. That's the RSR. 0.0096. If it breaks above that, it's probably going to continue on up to 0.013. If it breaks down past the bottom here, which is about 7.007, 007, then you're looking at about 003. Caspa. All right, let's take a look at Caspa. You're welcome, Donna. Caspa. Where are we going to look at it at? I hate when they're on weird, goofy exchanges, but we're going to check this one. Oh, there's what we looked at it on last time. So Caspa broke up past our point here that we had last time. The RSI is extremely high here, showing hidden bearish divergence. So I'd be cautious here. Let me thicken this line up so you can see it. So you can see this high here, right? And this high here, we could even go to this high, and you're showing a higher high on the RSI and a lower high in the price action. So, man, be extremely cautious here. Let me do something here. This is why I don't like shit coins. They're just they get so crazy. Right? So this could be just making a channel right here because it is showing that divergence. I'd be pretty cautious here, right? Could come all the way back down to this level here. But if it breaks up, then we'll still... So if it can break this high here that it's at, I still look for this right there. That 151 area. If this was a correct channel, which... hard to tell right now. But we'll see what happens. Especially, like I said, we really got to keep an eye on traditional markets. Let's refresh this. And they're pretty much just lingering at 1,000. I mean, really, if things changed that much, the markets would be railing a lot harder. And I know it seems like a lot because it's 1,000, but look at where we're at, right? Look at where we're at from the high. So our high was way up here. And it was only a few months ago, right? About 4 months ago. But our high was above 45,000. We are now at 40,000 for the Dow Jones. That's huge. There's a lot to say for that. So this looks like a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave coming, and that would be in the best case in my opinion, 35,000, but that's the best case bottom. But again, I could be wrong. All right, what else do we want to look at? Render. Now I got to find my freaking poop coin chart again. All right, let's look at render. Well, let's look at, I don't know what I was looking at. It probably Coinbase US dollar. Yep. All right, so this is what we were looking at last time, right? Told you if we broke here, look for this target. But are we showing... We're showing some divergence here too, but it does have a little bit more room to run. I'm going to go ahead and put... So this was our target from whenever last time I talked about it with you guys was. And, right here. It's actually a little higher because it broke above that. So now we can move it right here. So that's just under $6. So say $5.95. Ish, right? 595 ish is what I'd look for there. And that lines up with a lot of old support and resistance over here. So what's up, Bear? Donna, I hit a 10,000 subs yesterday, but now it's back down to 999. What a torture. Congratulations, brother. We'll get over it next live for sure. It's pretty fun. Know when you hit that number though, right? Congratulations with that, brother. I still got some of those mini skid steers over here. That would be a write-off for your channel, bud. I've got mini skids and mini excavator. I got one diesel excavator left, one gas excavator left, and I think 2 mini skid steers left. I'll give you a hell of a deal. Combo deal if you want to do that. Be a lot easier pulling that stuff out of the woods. All right. Anyway, 116 viewers, 81 likes. Thanks for likes, guys. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. If we can get to 100 likes in the next 5 minutes. Or no, we got 2 minutes. If we can get to 100 likes in the next 2 minutes, I will give out another promo code. Let's see. We got 82 likes. Come on, guys. All right, let's take a look at another coin while we're waiting. What's DXY? DXY, is it? I showed that earlier. There's really nothing special going on with the DXY as of right now. Obviously getting a little bounce. We were talking about getting a bounce, maybe down in here. The DXY does look like it's ready to rally up a little bit if we draw a trend line on the RSI, right? Let's do that real quick. Looks like it's about to break this trend line to the upside. And if it does, it'll probably get a significant pump, maybe to come up to retest this. Let me get this out of our way now. So here's your levels. You're going to look for the DXY. Here's major retest at 100.4. And then we have our 55 EMA all the way up here at the 102 range, which would line up with a whole lot of support and resistance here. 103. That's what I'd look for. I still believe we might come back down and get one more low down here, though, before doing that. You're gonna have to get something to move logs around. Yeah, man. All my little minis have claws on them too to move it, and then you need a mini skid steer to pick it up and move it where you want it. Both of them together are awesome. I use them out here together. It's fun. But like I said, right off for your channel, and I'll give you a hell of a deal on them. If you want to do a combo, if you do a combo, I'll give them to you really cheap. XRP. Yeah, we talked about XRP a little while ago. Let me get on there again. Where is it? Ooh, look at Tesla. Nothing special, nothing to see there. Everything's still headed to the same damn direction, guys. Like I said, XRP has got to close above 220 to be bullish, to continue bullishness. 87 likes. Damn, guys, you almost made the 100. Your 2 minutes is up, though. But I do appreciate you trying. I still got a little bit more coffee. I'll be gone when the coffee's gone, but I got a little more. Gold leading the way to reversing. Yeah. Could be. It could have topped there. It's possible. I still think there's still a chance it could get one more huge rally and get up to this range, but we'll see. These were our last two targets, right? These were where I was looking for rejection at first, and then we extended the fifth wave, because remember, I do think this is a 5-wave structure. And what happens? A 5-wave just makes a wave one big wave one, and then you need a wave 2, and that's a big correction. Usually, at least 50% could go all the way down to 0.786, which would be really low for gold. And that's why I think too, you know, Bitcoin, same thing. I think Bitcoin is going to correct heavily. Yeah. I know everybody's expecting a new all-time high. I ain't there yet until something happens with this trend line that I've been showing you. Right here. If this is broken and gets support, then maybe we can start talking about a new all-time high. But let's take a look at where we're at. Let's go back to the daily here. Let me see if I got my let me try to find. Okay, here's a clear chart. So let's take a Fibonacci retracement. If we're looking at this as a retracement, which I'm pretty much looking at it as a retracement. So here's our high volume node, right there, and our golden pocket in the same area. So the possibility of getting to between 96 and 97 is still there. If this 0.5 holds, which it will probably come back and test. What you'll notice a lot of times with these, if you're in the members group, we've talked about it. If you look at this as your high and this is your low, you put in your Fibonacci retracement, this golden pocket right here, it like is a magnet to the price. But usually when you break an area, you come back down and retest it before continuing to the next. Let's see if it did it here. It did, but not as high. But yeah, it broke it, came up, came back down, flew up. Broke it, came back down, tested it, went to the next. Broke it. Yeah, same thing. Broke it. This one took a couple pushes to break. Once it broke, though, it tested it a few times, came up to the next. Probably going to see same type thing here. So be careful. Your 8 EMA right now on the 4 hour is about 92.3. So if it can stay above that, it might be going up to that 96, 97 range. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. All right, guys. So I think I'm going to head out. I appreciate you guys for popping in. It's awesome to see you guys every morning. I do like doing the live streams in the morning and chit-chatting with you guys. You guys rock. And I will catch you in the next one. I got more work to do today. If I can get in a little earlier today, maybe I'll chill out, come in the Discord, chit-chat, show some charts, try to catch some new trades with you guys. But anyways, thanks again for watching. Don't forget, check out the links below to help support the channel. And I will catch you in the next